All of you. In this class I am going to start with another important topic of chapter organisms and populations. The topic is major abiotic factor. Before going to start, first revise our previous class content, then we proceed to the today's topic. In previous class we have discussed about the organism and its environment, how the different biomes get formed, or what is the temperature of these biome, or ranges in between temperature and precipitation of the biome. Now let us discuss about the major abiotic factor. First we discuss about the temperature, then water, sunlight or light also said to be, how they affect the overall development of organism, diversity of organism, or why the diversity also depend upon the abiotic factor also. So as we discussed in previous class, when the different biomes get formed, so how get aggregation of these aggregation of community to form biome and aggregation of population. So as we discuss about the living organism originate from the macromolecule. At the macromolecule level also the infective particles are present. They cause disease in human like virions or prions like, but they are just the nucleic acid in virioids, or if you talk about prions, prions are just a simple infectious proteinaceous particle, infectious protein also said to be. So how at this level the also said to be organism is present. When we move from macromolecule to the cell, so there is also a unicellular organism that exists in our world or on earth, or that play a major role in the photosynthesis, or they are also or of different type, that they are heterotrophs or they are autotrophs. They are parasitic adaptation also, so parasitic adaptation or saprophytic in nature. So how organism form? So from macromolecule to, here is macromolecule to formation of cell. So like amoeba, paramecium, plasmodium, all these are unicellular organism. Now cell aggregate or constitute to form tissue. At the tissue level, organism are also present like coelentrates. They are just only tissue. Tissues. Now organ constitute in the formation of individual or organism. Now individual constitute to form whole population. Similar organism form population, then different population form community, and from different community the whole biome get formed. So how the process at the different level we observe the different type of organism or living organism. As we from here, the macromolecule virioids, prions are also available. At the cell level, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, in such type of living organism also are present. Now tissue, at the tissue level, coelentrates are also obtained. Organ grid of organization also shown by the different cell with same function and similar function or structure form tissue with similar function form organ system. Different organ system form whole individual. Individual of a species form population like human population, fish population in pond. Now different population of living organism form community. Now different community form biomes like desert biome. So in desert biome, so many community are present. Community pond ecosystem, community of terrestrial ecosystem. So all these of type of community are present to form biome. So how the temperature abiotic factor take part in the formation of community, formation of diversity in living organisms, so that they form community. They form different populations. For how the abiotic and biotic factor both responsible for the development or of the diversity or diversity in living organisms. So here we first we discuss about the temperature, then we discuss about all the abiotic factor. So first abiotic factor or major abiotic factor is temperature. Temperature. So when we move from equator to polar region, temperature always decreases on moving from equator to polar region. So temperature at polar region, polar area is about sub-zero level. Now our temperature is high, about more than 50 degrees centigrade in desert area, more than 50 degrees centigrade in desert, tropical desert summer, in tropical desert summer. So on moving, as we already know, at the polar regions temperature is high. If we discuss about at the polar region, temperature is very low as moving along with or when we move from equator to polar region. So at the equator region the more temperature will be observed, but at the polar region, due to the minimum in temperature or sub-zero level temperature, the diversity is very low. But even although the temperature is so minimum, but also the living organism will also found at this region, because some of the organism are able to tolerate such type of condition, such type of cold condition. Even bacteria we can easily found at that type of harsh condition, because they can survive in harsh condition. At the polar region, at the temperate region, as because the temperature is so favorable at the equator region, so because of the temperature, because of the humidity, the so much of diversity observed at the equator region. But on moving to the polar region, due to the less in temperature or so minimum temperature, or temperature is about sub-zero level or minus at the polar region, so that's why, that is the reason, so minimum diversity get found at this region, polar region. But even although the temperature is less, but even the living organism also found at will be found at that region, at extreme harsh condition, in extreme harsh condition, because they can live in extreme harsh condition also. Now some of the reason like that is extremely hot, extremely hot, hot spring, hydrothermal area also found. At this region, the temperature, the average temperature at this region is about 100 degrees centigrade, the average temperature of this. But even the temperature do not restrict the growth of living organism which are actually tolerate the such type of condition. Now at this region, some of living organism are also found at this temperature, like Thermus aquaticus bacteria, which can survive at the temperature of 100 degrees centigrade, but also show the less diversity because of the so harsh condition, but did not restrict the living organism for growth. Other living organism which are actually tolerate the temperature of 100 degrees centigrade do not restrict the growth of that type of living organism. So at this condition, we observe the living organism according to the temperature, according to their habitat or environment. The living organism found because of this temperature, deep sea hydrothermal area, at this temperature no such living diversity form, but even the other living organism which can tolerate the temperature, only those are found at this area, just like at Thermus aquaticus. Now the thermal who tolerate even the other living organism which can tolerate the temperature, only those are found at this area, just like at Thermus aquaticus. Now the thermal who tolerate such type of temperature are known as eurythermal, or those animals which are not able to tolerate such type of temperatures, that are known as stenothermal organism. So there are two type of organism: eurythermal organism, eurythermal type of organism, eurythermal type of organism, those in such type of eurythermal organism, we include just only those organisms who tolerate such a huge variation in temperature, or can also live in very high temperature. So can tolerate high temperature. And the second one term used for organism is stenothermal organism. What are stenothermal organisms? Stenothermal organisms are those can tolerate only a certain range of temperature, can tolerate only certain range of temperature, So here is the overall about the temperature. So according to the temperature, the all type of living organism we found at that in such type of temperature. That if we talk about the reptile fishes, they are belongs to the stenothermal organism, because they can tolerate only certain range of temperature, because they are cold. Also they are cold blooded animals. They are not able to maintain their body temperature, so they can be also included into the stenothermal organism. Now a eurythermal organism can tolerate high temperature or huge variation in the temperature, such like bacteria or Thermus aquaticus bacteria, mainly because they are able to tolerate such type of huge range in the temperature. So student, such type of huge range in the temperature. So here is the overall about the temperature. Next abiotic factor is water or light. So how water or light differentiate the living organism, one living organism from the other living organism, because as the temperature variation in the temperature, the living organism, the diversity in the living organism we also found, or also found the different type of organism on the basis of the temperature of environment. Because at the polar region we cannot found the other living organism like mammals, like reptiles, other reptiles, because mammals are warm blooded, like birds are also warm blooded animals, or reptiles cold blooded animals, they are also not found at that region because of their low ability to maintain their temperature. So they are not able to so they are not able to maintain, because of not able to maintain their temperature, or that's why at huge diversity in the temperature or huge variation in the temperature may resist the living organism for the development or for the evolution. So at that reason only certain species get found, certain species only found at the polar blooded, like birds are also warm blooded animals, or reptiles cold blooded animals, they are also not found at that region because of their low ability to maintain their temperature. So they are not able to so they are not able to maintain, because of not able to maintain their temperature, or that's why at huge diversity in the temperature or huge variation in the temperature may resist the living organism for the development or for the evolution. So at that reason only certain species get found, certain species only found at the polar region, but at the equator region we can also found the different living organism or variety of living organism, diversity of living organism, because that is the optimal condition. The humidity is also present, temperature, rain, water, light, sunlight, all things which support the living organism for growth. So that's why that particular region shows the huge diversity. So here is the overall about next class. Here is the overall about the temperature. In next class we will discuss about the another abiotic factor. I hope you like this video. Thank you student for listening and watching. Not found at that region because of their low ability to maintain their temperature. So they are not able to so they are not able to maintain, because of not able to maintain their temperature, or that's why at huge diversity in the temperature or huge variation in the temperature may resist the living organism for the development or for the evolution. So at that reason only certain species get found, certain species only found at the polar region, but at the equator region we can also found the different living organism or variety of living organism, diversity of living organism, because that is the optimal condition. The humidity is also present, temperature, rain, water, light, sunlight, all things which support the living organism for important abiotic factor which influence the life of organism. So most important abiotic factor, abiotic factor, most important abiotic factor, because the water influence the life form of other organism, all organism actually. So so pH composition, pH chemical composition of water, also determine the type of organism. So uh, and temperature and temperature. Temperature of water more influence the life form of aquatic organism. So aquatic organism mainly also influenced by the salinity of water. So salinity of water, how influence of water, or if we talk about the salinity of water, salinity of water, so it is different for different type of water. About 5% salinity present in inland water, land water. 5% salinity present in inland water. And if we talk about the other, in inland water. Now 30 to 30% of salinity present in sea water. Sea water, and 100% salinity present in lagoons. Some lagoons. So they influence the overall, the organism influenced by salinity too of water, because aquatic organism mainly depend on water. They receive their food, even they respire. Also respiration also takes place by water, like fishes. Fishes undergoes in death or die after putting them inland, because of for the terrestrial animal the respiration takes place by trachea for the living for tracheal system in the primitive type of organism like arthropod. If we talk about the higher type of living organism, so they have lungs. Because the fishes do not have the lungs, so they respire through gills, or they respire through gills. So if gill is present, so if or gill have the specific characteristic, they absorb oxygen through water only, not able to absorb oxygen through air. So that's why the fish become die on land when we putting the fish onto a land. Now salinity of water also influence the life form of living organism. The 5% of salinity present in land water, 30-35% in sea water, and 100% in some lagoons. Now the terms, so they respire through gills, or they respire through gills. So if gill is present, so if or gill have the specific characteristic, they absorb oxygen through water only, not able to absorb oxygen through air. So that's why the fish become die on land when we putting the fish onto a land. Now salinity of water also influence the life form of living organism. The 5% of salinity present in land water, 30-35% in sea water, and 100% in some lagoons. Now the terms which are used for the salty or salinity are those organisms which can tolerate wide range of organism can tolerate wide range of salinity, wide range of salinity. So that type of organism are known as euryhaline type of organism. That type of organism is known as euryhaline type of organism, and those organisms which do not cannot tolerate organism can tolerate moderate rate or narrow range of salinity called stenohaline, So here is the overall about the water, which is a abiotic factor which influence the life form of living organism but also support the life form of living organism. According to the water, as we know that first living organism originate in water because of this reason the water is and two other of the factor are also important, but this is the reason why we know the water as important abiotic factor. Because of the salinity, the water ranges different variety from low salinity to high salinity, or the range shown by the type of water are different type. That sea water shows 30-35% of salinity, whereas the land water shows the 5% of salinity, and lagoons shows the high salinity. Some of the lagoons, that is 100% of salinity. So students, here is the overall about the water. Or euryhaline is that type of organism that can tolerate a wide range of salinity, whereas the stenohaline are those type of organisms those who can only tolerate the narrow range of salinity. So here is the overall about the salinity or the water composition or pH composition also depend, or living form also depend on the pH composition of water, because if low pH always rise the growth of living organism, always grow the growth of living organism in the low pH content of water. If the pH level becomes so high, so living organism get reduces with the pH level. Now the pH composition also determine the life type of organism. Those who can only tolerate the narrow range of salinity. So here is the overall about the salinity or the water composition or pH composition also depend, or living form also depend on the pH composition of water, because if low pH always rise the growth of living organism, always grow the growth of living organism in the low pH content of water. If the pH level becomes so high, so living organism get reduces with the pH level. Now the pH composition also determine the life form or diversity of the life form. So here is the overall about the water. In next class we will discuss about the next abiotic factor, that is light. I hope you like this video, students. Keep listening and watching me.